Can you stop the car to drop off a friend at this sign? True. When an accident occurs, the driver should immediately stop the car and carry the injured off the road before treating them. False. When the car begins to slip on snowy roads, apply the brakes quickly. False. Driving back to get your driver's license because you forgot it at home is not a violation. False. If the speed is too fast on a left curve, the vehicle may overturn to the right side. True. Cargo should not be loaded on the back of the truck as it is dangerous. False. Hydroplaning is a phenomenon in which a tire suddenly bursts if the air pressure is low and the vehicle is driven at high speed. False. The use of cell phones while driving is prohibited, but in-car navigation systems may be operated while driving. False. Motorcycles with a total displacement of 125 cc are not allowed on highways. True. The fan belt tension should be as tight as possible. False. No vehicles are allowed in the safety zone under any circumstances. True. The safe distance between vehicles on highways should be the distance between the speedometer numbers read in meters. True. If you are forced to park on a motorway due to a breakdown, you must leave 0.75 meters of space from the edge of the road. False. When parked, the parking space must be 3.5 meters, in which case it must be on the right side. True. You could not put up a center stand on a two-wheeled vehicle, but you could push the motorcycle to do a figure eight and walk while pushing it, so you bought a large motorcycle. False. Major earthquake hit the area where my relatives live, so you drove there with food, water, and other relief supplies. False. Drivers are not required to report traffic accidents to police officers if they are minor in severity. False. Do not drive at a speed exceeding the maximum speed or below the minimum speed on the main road of a national expressway. True. The smaller the radius of the curve, the greater the centrifugal force, which is proportional to the square of the speed. True. The standing wave phenomenon is a condition in which a film of water forms between the tires and the road surface when driving at high speeds on a rainy day, preventing the brakes and steering wheel from working. False. When parking on a general road at night due to a breakdown, etc., if the road is illuminated and the driver of the vehicle advancing from 30 meters behind can be seen, it is not necessary to turn on the lights. False. Parking is prohibited near the top of hills and on steep slopes. True. When the vehicle is fully loaded or when the vehicle is full, pay attention to the speed and the distance between vehicles and apply the brakes early. True. The maximum speed may be any number of kilometers unless a regulatory speed limit is set because the vehicle must travel at high speed on the highway. False. When an object is moving, or when an object is seen while moving, this is called dynamic vision, and vision is reduced compared to static vision. True. When entering the main roadway from the acceleration lane on a highway, signal on the left to merge into the main roadway. False. When tire chains are attached to an RWD, rear-wheel drive, vehicle, attach them to the rear tires. True. Even if it is within 10 meters of the bus stop signboard, you can stop when the bus is not in operation. True. Motorcycles may pass in the bus-only traffic zone when there are no buses coming. False. When the gas pedal grip is released while riding a motorcycle, the engine brake is applied, but the engine brake becomes weaker the lower the gear speed. False. When parking an automatic car, turn off the engine, apply the handbrake, and put the selector lever in reverse range on level ground or downhill, and in low range on uphill. False. An ordinary vehicle cannot be driven on a highway due to a breakdown or other reason. The driver must place stop sign equipment behind the vehicle or turn on emergency flashing lights, parking lights or tail lights when visibility is 200 meters or less, even during daylight hours. False. This is the left turn signboard. False. When loading luggage, it is better to put it as far to the left as possible. False. If a vehicle is stopped just before a crosswalk or bicycle crossing, pause before moving forward through the crosswalk or bicycle crossing. True. When making a right turn at an intersection, when oncoming traffic is near the center of the intersection for the right turn, make the right turn as quickly as possible to avoid getting in the way of oncoming traffic. False. If an elderly person who is having difficulty passing is walking, pause or slow down to allow safe passage. True. If you feel sleepy while driving, open the windows to ventilate. False. The braking distance is the distance from when the driver senses danger and steps on the brake until the brake works and the car comes to a stop. False. When you drive a car, you will be able to prevent accidents if you always think that everything will be okay. False. To slow down means to slow down to half your current speed. False. When passing by a school or kindergarten bus that has stopped for children or infants to get on or off, slow down and make sure it is safe before passing. True. The best way to brake is to step on the brake as hard as you can. False. When parking, it must be done in the manner prescribed by the rules or it will cause congestion of traffic in the area. True. If you are following the car in front of you through a railroad crossing, you do not need to pause. False. When making a left turn, use the left edge of the road in advance and slowly turn left along the side edge of the intersection. True. Sounding the car horn more than necessary can make other people uncomfortable and can cause trouble. True. This sign indicates that motor vehicles and motorized bicycles are not allowed to pass. True. Pedestrians and regular bicycles are allowed where this sign is posted. True. Seat belts must be worn even in cars with airbags. True.